joining Rob and I on the phone, we have Todd Grant from Cole Weber United. Todd, are you there?
I am here.
Thank you very much first of all, congratulations on being our Creative of the Week.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's huge, by the way, because we expect you to send a picture of you drinking out of the Creative of the Week mug that we're going to send you with a T-shirt, all right?
With one of our Media Talk T-shirts, so you'll be getting one of those.
Oh, fun. Thank you, guys.
You're like, wow, I'll put it right next to my Clio award and my...
We were just talking about you before the show, specifically on the weather. It's been raining here in Tampa since Sunday, and we kind of empathized with you earlier today.
Well, thanks to global warming, Seattle is actually becoming oddly temperate. It's been a really warm, unusually warm summer, and the Mariners are winning, so we're all up in the tither. It's just kind of opposite. Mariners should be losing, and it should be raining, but it's not happening. So.
Well, it shouldn't be raining here, and the Rays should be losing, so 1-1 is happening. So.
Right. Thank you for joining us on the show tonight. We really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to give us a little bit of update and kind of just sort of tell us a little bit about what's going on at Cole Weber.
Cole Weber's it's an interesting place. I tend to call it kind of a postmodern advertising agency, and interesting for me because my career has been, sort of big shops and big television, and a lot of work for Anheuser-Busch and Adidas and those kind of folks. And this place, the family kind of yearned to do something a little different, so we came up here, and it's really interesting because it's not sort of your traditional shop where it's lots of big television spots or print or outdoor or radio, but it's kind of sort of the new rage, I suppose. It's this integrated or innovative advertising, which a lot of it's online, or a lot of it is experiential or guerrilla. You kind of throw out these terms a lot, but they actually do it here. So it's really interesting to think of, not necessarily think of ideas that are TV spots or print ads, but think more about an idea that you could almost do unlimited things with. And I don't know if you guys have seen the website and some of the work that's featured on there, like the
oh my gosh, what an amazing website you have! It's we looked at it earlier. I'm sorry, I just threw it in, but what an amazing website you have.
Janet, that was loud.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah, the Carlo Rossi stuff. That is what a great way to reinvent the brand, to introduce it to a different target market, and just really make. I mean, from the furniture to sponsoring a tattoo convention, if I'm correct.
Well, yeah, it all kind of started with this crazy idea our director here had, another guy named Todd Grant. It was like, why don't we people like to hang out with Rossi and kind of with their friends in living rooms and have fun. Why don't we actually hang out or make something that they could hang out on? Like, they got all these jugs. Let's make some furniture. And it was kind of we kind of quickly grew from a laugh into, oh my God, you can do that. Guys here were bouncing it off the floors and it won't break. So it became this seriously, let's do something with it. The idea of making furniture and then putting it on the road, and like you're saying, taking it to these different festivals where people could kind of hang out in the booth with the Carlo Rossi furniture and drink a glass or two, and then later on maybe blog about it and write about it, became kind of a very unusual way to advertise the brand, but it worked really good.
Do you think that's why it was such a success for revitalizing it, was that you did take it on the road, you did some non-traditional marketing for them?
I definitely think so. I think if we had just built the furniture and then photographed it and kind of made print ads out of it, I think that would have been cool and I guess a little bit unique. But the fact that they, built this furniture and then took it to all over the U.S., it allowed people, in Boston and Austin and Minneapolis and also Seattle to word of mouth and to email their friends, and then magazines and online magazines like Ready Made and DIY Do It Yourself and Make Magazine. Some really, really cool magazines picked up on it and kind of took it from there. And they really helped spread the word to, frankly, millions of people. So, yeah, by not being sort of a traditional, quote, ad campaign, but by being this weird experiential thing, it really was a lot more successful. And actually, frankly, a little more reasonable.
That's true, too. You've done you mentioned a lot of things about innovative creative, media solutions, viral, guerrilla, experimental work. One word that you use in here that I don't see very often, and it's a word you're using here to describe. It's called ambient. Can you describe your philosophy behind ambient?
Oh boy.
Or is that just too much and just wanted to say, hey, dude, it's just cool?
You're probably busting me now. I think I threw in ambient because everyone's really familiar with sort of guerrilla or viral efforts. And ambient is a word that we use to do. It's a little bit like the Carlo Rossi thing. It's something where you're not going to necessarily. There's not sort of a hype to the idea, or if you will, a PR angle to it, and it's not necessarily a viral video, but for lack of a better word, ambient is kind of like this. It's a word that's hard to categorize. So maybe a better word would be experiential. Sorry, I shouldn't use the ambient.
No, I love, but ambient to a creative person kind of sort of instills sort of a vibe in a way that it sort of radiates some kind of creativity, you know, and how when you're sitting on the furniture, you're sort of feeling it. You're kind of in the
it's your whole
sense,
surroundings.
You know, it's kind of.
I have to remember that because I like what you're saying better than what I said. I think that sounds smarter.
But
no, it's true. It's not like let's try really hard and push this down people's throats, and this is a huge bandwidth idea. It's like the idea can be a little bit ambient, and I think that's what people like. It's kind of like, oh, someone's not really trying to sell me something. They're not trying to kind of shove this into my existence, but I like that, so I respond to that. So I think what you just said about ambient is actually a better definition. If I can get a transcript, I'll incorporate that into it.
You know what? You'll
cool,
get a
Todd.
link on YouTube and AOL and all that stuff, and you can get his what he said from there.
yeah,
You know-
well, it's yes, and it's copywritten.